So Mark, do snakes get viruses?
Absolutely everything gets viruses. So every cell on Earth, which encompasses an enormous diversity, all of the entire tree of life, every organism on the tree of life gets viruses.
But you kind of specialized in viruses that make boa constrictors go crazy.
That's right. So, and this was something that that I didn't really plan on doing. It wasn't really part of the master plan, but it ended up. Sometimes in biology and in research, you have to follow your curiosity and follow what's interesting. And so, so what we found in snakes is that there's been this disease that has been known to veterinarians for several decades, and the sort of main hallmark symptom of the disease is this strange behavior of the snakes. Where
there's a good name for it.
Stargazing, and
so the snakes are kind of going. Oh.
That's right. So the snakes, and this is usually it's a progressive disease. So if the snake is stargazing, there's not a good prognosis for the snake. It's probably going to die. And it turns out that the viruses that cause that disease belong to a group of viruses called arenaviruses.
What's the name again?
Arenaviruses. Arenaviruses. And this was unexpected. Arenaviruses were not known to infect snakes, but basically as more and more viruses are discovered, what scientists are finding is that for any particular group of organisms, reptiles, birds, mammals, and for any particular group of viruses, influenza viruses, arenaviruses, there are that type of viruses that are infecting that type of
So the virus evolves to take advantage of a different kind of organism, different ways. Now there's some kind of snakes that get this virus and don't get very sick, and others get sick and die.
That's right. So this may relate to the natural hosts of these viruses. So what we're finding is that it looks like snakes like boa constrictors that live in Central and South America, maybe the natural hosts of these viruses. And
so they've co-evolved with these things for millions of years.
That's right. So it looks like the snakes have evolved to tolerate infection by these viruses, and the viruses have evolved to persist in these snakes and not cause serious disease. But other snakes like pythons, which are naturally found in Africa, Asia, and Australia, when people have boa constrictors and pythons in captivity together, the pythons can become infected from the boa constrictors and get very serious illness.
And then they do this wandering,
That's
looking
right.
up kind of thing.
Yep.
Huh. So can you do genetic tests to find out how old the virus is in different lines? Yeah,
that's right. So, and it's actually fascinating. Viruses are far older than you might think. So the arenaviruses, there's two groups of arenaviruses that are called the Old World arenaviruses and the New World arenaviruses, and those infect rodents naturally. This is not the snake arenaviruses that I'm talking about, it's the arenaviruses that infect mammals. So the New World and Old World arenaviruses infect rodents on different continents. The Old World viruses infect rodents in Africa, and the New World viruses infect rodents in the Americas. And it's thought that those viruses diverged, so they had a common ancestor originally that split apart into two separate evolutionary lineages at the time that the continents divided.
Really?
So these viruses date back to Pangea.
How long ago did the continents divide, like Africa from South America?
Yeah, so it's tens of millions of years, or possibly hundreds of millions of years. So there's more and more evidence accumulating that these viruses that have been around as long as there's been life on Earth, there's been viruses infecting those life forms. Mm-hmm. And the evolutionary history of these viruses goes back hundreds of millions of years.
Let's go on in a minute and talk about a recent fast evolution one, which is myxoma in rabbits.